Hi everybody. Today we are just gonna chat for a minute. I will be totally real with you. I have so much on my plate right now, including a princess gig tomorrow that I have to prep for. So today as we talk, I will be styling Belle because she needs some extra curl. There's not enough bounce left in there, so we're gonna restyle that wig for her so that she looks gorgeous for my event tomorrow. We're gonna chat, we're gonna style a wig, and we're gonna have a great time together. Here we go. Can we just talk about three-nagers for a minute right now? Do you guys know what a three-nager is? It's a 3-year-old who thinks they're a teenager. They think they have all the answers, right? And they just want to explain the world to you because they know everything. That's what we're living with right now. My Porter, oh, I love that boy. He's so cute. But the amount of sass in that little boy, the other day, I was driving, it's happened repeatedly. When I'm driving, he'll tell me where to go, and he gets mad at me if I don't turn the direction that he deems correct. Mind you, he doesn't know where we're going, but he'll be sitting in the back of the car like, Mom, stop, 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 stop. And we're 3 intersections away from the red light. Mad TV, is that where Stuart was? Where Stuart's like, look what I can do. That guy, you know who I'm talking about, right? Okay. That's what Porter reminds me of. He'll run up to me randomly all the time and, Mom, want to see what I can do? And he'll just bust out some random dance move or something weird like that. And it's hilarious. People tell you all the time, you're going to miss this and you've got to enjoy it while it's here and blah, 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 right? And I think they're right. I think that there will be parts of this that I am going to miss of this age. But there's also going to be a lot that I'm going to be like, holla freaking Luya, we're done. His new latest thing that he likes to do is to slam in the door and scream, FBI, open up. FBI, open up. So he keeps me on my toes. But I gotta be honest with you, with all 3 of the other ones, I thought I was going to lose my freaking mind. I love about 3-year-olds, I love seeing the excitement of something new, a new experience. Oh my goodness, you guys, Disneyland with him was the greatest thing ever because it was all new. All brand new things, all brand new places, seeing the characters. If you guys watching that Disney video to the very end where Porter gets to go on a walk with Donald Duck, oh you guys, that was like heaven. That was heaven for him. He loved every second of that, and it was such an adorable, incredible memory. Weston got a new bed, so Drake got Weston's old bed, and Porter got Drake's old bed. So we did kind of a musical chairs of beds last night in our house, and Porter is so excited to be out of a toddler bed and into a big kid bed. We went to the store and they all got to choose new sheets for their bed last night, and he chose ninjas, and he is so excited that even though I was the one that put the sheets on last night, he's grabbed my hand multiple times today and, Mom, want to see my ninja bed? There's ninja stars. He's so excited about not having any more kids. There's no question on that, but it felt odd when we took our last one out of his crib and put him into a toddler bed. It felt weird to know that we're done with a crib forever. And then taking him yesterday and putting him into a big bed, a real big kid bed, not just a toddler bed, but a real big bed, you know? That felt weird too. Just, we're moving forward. It's this new, exciting chapter, and I'm so ready for it. I'm so excited for it. And I never was that person. I'm going to sound like a terrible human. You know how there's those girls that are teenage girls that are oh, it's a baby, let me hold your baby. And they're all excited about that. That was never me. Obviously, I love my children and I want to cuddle my own children. But even at this point, I'm good. I like older kids. And so it's funny that I'm struggling a little bit mentally with Porter growing up, because really I love kids that can tell me stories, and to be able to have a conversation with my child about big and important life things, that's incredible to me. And I am loving seeing them grow into the people that they are. And I'm so pumped to see what careers do they end up choosing, and who do they end up choosing to marry later on in life, and what kind of parents are they going to be when they're a teeny tiny brand new baby on your chest. I don't know why I'm getting emotional about this. When they're a tiny baby on your chest, you don't think about those things as much because you're so consumed in vomit and dirty diapers, and you just don't have time to think about it as much. And now that they're getting older, they're good people, you know, that they want to help other people and they want to do good things, and it's incredible. Motherhood is incredible, you guys. It is 100%, without a doubt, the most difficult, most exhausting, most frustrating thing that I have ever or will ever do in my life. And it is also the absolute most beautiful, most rewarding, most wonderful, and most important thing that I will ever do in my life. And I just am so outrageously grateful that I had the opportunity to be a mother. There was a time in my life that I didn't know if that was ever going to happen. I feel weird that I'm styling away because I like bare my heart too, but I didn't know I was going to talk about this. Before I had Weston, I had 3 miscarriages. And after that 3rd one, I was 15 weeks with him. I went into full labor with him. And after 3 times of not being able to carry, I didn't know if I ever would. I just knew I wanted to so badly. When we found out we were pregnant again, and I prayed harder and more often than I've ever prayed in my life through that entire pregnancy, because I was so terrified. My anxiety was out of control. And then we got Weston, and then I found out I was pregnant with twins and lost them. And then I got pregnant with Lily, and then I miscarried again. And then I was pregnant with Drake, and then I miscarried again. So at that point I had been pregnant 9 times and only had 3 children. And I was mentally and emotionally and spiritually and physically exhausted. Completely exhausted. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do the roller coaster of emotions. I couldn't do the anxiety. I couldn't do the awful nightmares of birthing my lifeless son. We couldn't do it anymore. So we decided we were done and gave away everything we had except for a Porter crib. And I only kept that because I babysat my neighbor's little girls. But that's it. Everything else was gone. All the clothes, the crib, all the blankets, the binkies, the bottles, my maternity clothes, everything. Everything was gone. And we were so excited with that. And then all of a sudden, I'm waking up every morning dry heaving. And it didn't even occur to me in the slightest that maybe I was pregnant, because we were done. At that point, I had started doing princess parties. I had finally found something that I love, and the idea of having to stop that and sacrifice my body for another person again, I couldn't do it. So in my head, there was absolutely no way that I was pregnant. And Chris tried to convince me, oh, you're pregnant. And I went, no. No. And we went back and forth one day. And finally, he convinced me that I needed to just take a test. I took with the intention of proving Chris wrong. Take the test the next morning, and right as I finish putting the lid back on the test, the doorbell rings. My neighbor's there with the little girls that I babysat. So I'm like, okay, cool, let me run downstairs and let them in, and I'll come check the test in a minute. So I go downstairs and I let the girls in, I get them settled, and I chat with their mom for a minute. And I run back upstairs to check the test, and I find Chris sitting on the bathroom counter, and he's got this big, huge, goofy grin on his face, and he's swinging his feet, and he is just happy as can be. I about passed out. I knew that goofy grin on his face meant that it was positive, but I just couldn't. Those of you that have had repeated miscarriages, I'm sure will totally understand that you get to a point where you just can't. Your anxiety is so high, and your stress and your frustration and your hurt, and it's all so heightened that you just can't even fathom doing it again. And that's where I was. And lo and behold, I'm doing it again, whether I want to or not. And it took me a long time to accept that I had to do it again, that I was there, I was in it, this was my life, this is what we're doing. Years later, looking back, I don't know how Chris and I could have ever thought that our family was complete without Porter, because we weren't. God knew we needed him. He knew that he was a part of our family. He knew that he needed us and we needed him. And he knew that we would love him and embrace him and welcome him in. I know that I would not be the mom that I am today if it had been so easy for them to come for me. I know my personality. I know who I am. And I would not cherish them the way that I do. I would not be the mother that I am today if I didn't go through that. Chris and I, we are so much better because of it. So while I would never, ever wish it on anyone, ever, man, am I glad we went through it. So that I can have the crazy stomping feet above me as I try to film a video. All those little things, you know, that I think would have been just difficult and frustrating for me now. They are still difficult and frustrating sometimes. But there's this reminder in the back of my head that I fought so hard for this. I fought so hard for them. As much as sometimes I want to hide in a closet and eat chocolate, which I have done more than once, all of that is so small compared to how much I wanted them, compared to how much I love them. Being a mom is exhausting, y'all. It's exhausting. And it's incredible and beautiful and wonderful. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Okay, guys. Belle is all kinds of curled. Next week, I'm gonna post my Belle transformation video. So I'll do the reveal of removing the curlers along with that transformation video. I got on here intending to just tell you that Porter's insane and talk about 3-nager, and I kind of took a turn I wasn't expecting, but I always knew that at some point in time I wanted to share a little bit of my story with you guys. So feel free to ask questions. I'm very open with my story, and I'm more than happy to tell you. The biggest thing I want you to know if you are going through that still is that you are not alone, that you are loved, that you are still valuable. I struggled so much seeing myself as valuable because I felt like I was broken. Why couldn't I carry full term? What's wrong with me? Don't do that to yourself. It's not your fault. And once you get through it, once you get to the other side of it, I promise you, if you let it mold you into a stronger person, it's beautiful. It doesn't make it easier. It doesn't change the fact that it sucks to go through it. But there is light on the other side, I promise you, because I'm living that now. All right. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support in this crazy dream that I have. And if I can tell you anything, embrace the crazy and always be grateful. Have a fantastic day, everybody. The Otter Mama signing out. Hey, Porter.
What?
Can I ask you an important question?
Oh, yeah.
How old are you?
86.
You're 86?
Yeah.
Is that how you show 86 on your fingers?
Yep.
Okay.
Lost her.